WTF, all about Big Blue, baby. It's all about Big Blue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I believe we have a W in the column. I believe we're in first place in the preseason.
Doesn't it feel good to look at your record that says 1-0?
Undefeated.
No losses.
It says undefeated. Love it. I love it.
See, optimism works. At least one game.
At least one. And so much to talk about. But before we get started, Clay from Brooklyn, Football with the Fellas. Who am I here with?
Shemaine Mazo. It's all about Big Blue. Hey, we're going to get a little something else out the way. We want you people to do what? Like. We also want you to share this with some friends.
Subscribe to it.
Subscribe. Hook us up.
All that. We know you're passionate Giant fans just like us. That's why you're here. So do the right thing, and then you'll be able to join us all the time.
And we know that you're excited about, this preseason win. I know, it's a preseason, but it's a W. It's a W.
How many preseasons did we start off getting our behinds beat and talking about, same old Giants, here we go.
Right.
We get mad when we lose. We should get happy when we lose. When we win.
Clay, let me tell you something. I know we had a discussion in our pre-show the production meeting, but it just hit me. It's a couple of things I definitely want to talk about tonight. One is I want to talk about the QB situation there. I definitely want to talk about Abdul Carter.
Beast.
Thirdly, we definitely got to talk about the offensive line.
Absolutely.
And lastly, it's one guy I want to definitely talk about. Dante Miller.
I was just going to say, I hope it's Turbo.
We're definitely going to talk about Turbo.
All that. We got.
Let me tell you. Let's start off with the quarterbacks. Now, I'm starting off with, nobody's talking about it, but Mr. Wilson, he played well. I thought he had a solid series that he played.
Exactly. And until the left tackle started having, penalty fits,
right?
He was just, moving the ball down the field. And he didn't put himself in harm's way.
No.
He just looked like a professional veteran quarterback, taking what the defense gives him and keeping the chains moving.
And you know what he did too? My group that I picked for this game was the tight end group. He's hitting the tight ends. He's keeping the chains moving.
I like that a lot.
I like that a whole lot.
That was a good start. And he came away with a field goal, even after all those penalties.
Right.
I mean, not all, a couple of penalties, but still, that a lot of times that derails a drive and you wind up with nothing. But we came away with 3.
So I give Russ a big thumbs up the way he played. I like how it was ball control. Again, going to the tight end group, which like we've talked about, we mentioned, I really like the tight end group.
Absolutely.
And what's my 7th round pick guy? Thomas
Fidone had a great game.
He looked good.
Very good. Looked very good. And listen, they weren't trying to show too much of the playbook either, right? It's not like they broke out a whole lot of, deep passes and trick plays or whatever. I'm sure they were trying to keep it as vanilla as possible and just let Russ get some reps, build some timing, see what that pressure feels like when they can actually tackle you, right? Because he spent all summer with the red jersey on where you can't touch it.
Right.
So now to have actual harm's way, potentially, he needed that.
Oh, okay, we can get to our rookie now, Mr.
Yes.
Dart. First of all, I want some people to pump the brakes. Okay, yes, he had a really good game. Starting. He doesn't need to start now. Let him get used to what's going on in the NFL. Let him see like a real NFL game. This is again preseason, but I will say he looked good. He looked good.
He looked real good. There were, 1 or 2 bad throws. Right? There's a couple of times I was like, okay, that's a misfire, but I'm fine with, I'm not fine with that, but I can live with that. You expect that. Any quarterback could do that, especially your first NFL action ever against.
Right.
So way more good than bad. Way more.
He dropped a couple of balls he dropped them in there.
And the mobility in the pocket, sensing the pressure, sliding to the side, stepping away from it, changing the arm slot. A lot to like.
It's funny. It's a lot different than, oh no, they're coming, and then fall down. Danny Dimes.
Or immediately hightail it, before you even give the second read a chance.
Right. And we're gonna definitely teach him he's got to slide.
He does need to slide. He does need to slide. He showed he can slide, but he needs to slide more.
Right, because that one time he took that head first, I'm like, oh man, he is going to get clobbered if he
Right,
keeps doing
right.
that.
And it wasn't like that. It was at the sticks and he was trying to pick up the first down. He was way past the first down.
Right,
Slide. If it's 3rd and 11 and you are at the, 10 and a half and trying to get that first down, fine. But
right,
that's not
right.
what it was. That's not. He was 10 yards past the first down. Get down on the ground. Yeah, I liked him a lot. I liked him a lot. And listen, all 4 quarterbacks put up points.
They
All
did.
four
They
quarterbacks put
did.
up points. And we had 51 pass attempts and no sacks.
Yes. I was
What is
going to
that?
talk about. I was going to talk about the offensive line. That's what I wanted to mention because I was going to ask you, what did you think about that offensive line?
51 offensive, pass plays, no sacks. I think it was 51.
It
I
was
want to say
51. It was.
maybe I'm wrong on the number, but whatever the number was,
It was
it
51.
was 0 sacks. That zero, I'm sure of.
Has that ever happened before with the Giants that
I
you
mean,
know of? I mean, have you?
I'm sure it has happened, but it has been forever. And it's not like it was just our starters the whole game. It wasn't. It was our starters for one series.
Right.
So that suggests that we even have some depth. Speaking of which, Marcus Bowe looked good. He looked good
Yes. Yes.
at left tackle and right tackle. He looked good.
Yeah.
And when's the last time we can say that we've got a young offensive lineman that looks good? I mean, I was more than a little impressed by that young man.
I was
More,
like, I know you had seen him. I know you had because you mentioned Bo, and he's like, if this guy can just be solid, the Giants got something there. And that guy, he did look good.
I'll be honest. If Andrew Thomas isn't ready week 1, I'd put Bo at left tackle before I put Hudson or Zudu at left tackle. I put Bo there.
That works for
He looked
me.
good. He
It
looked good.
works for me. That offensive line, they made me. That was, I won't give them too many accolades, but with no sacks, yes,
Right.
and the way they were like, firing out, they look solid. They
They
got
weren't great in the run game, but they were very good in the pass protection. And I'll take that. I'll take that. And I mean, not that, Buffalo was coming with all kinds of stunts and,
right.
delayed blitzes and that. I'm not saying that Buffalo used their starters for 60 minutes, but our twos were against their twos, our threes were
Right.
against their threes, like all up and down the depth chart, we kept them off of us. So
The whole game.
the whole game,
The
the
whole
whole
game.
game.
It didn't matter who was in there. Our quarterbacks weren't getting touched.
Right, right.
And you got
Just a
I could
quick, I'm
never
looking at
remember
the
saying
stats. We only ran for 79 yards rushing, but we only gave up 58 yards rushing, right? So if we're going to win the rushing game battle, I'll sign for that in a heartbeat,
oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
Oh
I
yeah.
always worry that we can't stop the run and we can't run well enough. So if we outran the other team by 20 yards, that's a W.
Oh, did I not mention the man who was only in for 6 plays, but man does it show what he did, the way he affected the game for only 6 plays.
Correct. Abdul is a beast. He is a beast. Not only did he get in 6 plays, but only 3 of them were passing plays, right? The other 3 were runs. And on those 3 plays, he had 3 pressures. He got a pressure on the quarterback all the time. Now,
He
mind
is
you, it's only 3, but it was 3 for 3.
right. Right, right.
And I get 2 of them against Deion Dawkins, who is a very good left tackle. Like, that's a very good left tackle. And the other one was against right guard Osiris Torrance, who is a very solid right guard and a large man, a massive human being. I mean, Carter was a beast. Those 3 plays, I was like, yep, he's not just beating giants in helmets and shells and
Right, right, right.
not trying to hurt him or anything. This is a team who is trying their best to keep their quarterback healthy, and he's just like having his way with these guys.
He was, yeah. I think we had to get
That
him off the
was-
field, otherwise he might have got to. He would definitely got to the quarterback. He definitely another
He moved
series.
him off his spot 3 times. Well, he either moved him off his spot or made him throw faster than he really wanted
Right.
to all 3 times.
He's gonna.
And that's with no Dexter Lawrence coming up the middle. Let's not forget that they didn't have to deal with Sexy Dexy.
That's right. That's right. That's
So,
right.
some of those pressures that he didn't quite get there and the quarterback could step around him, it'll be a lot harder to step around him if Dex is coming up the middle also. Where you going to go? And
What
Brian
is
coming around from the back from the other side.
now? I know you got to do a little more. We're gonna get our but the all 22, we're gonna get that. But I wanted, did you look at were they playing the defense you were talking about? You know,
Very rarely, very rarely. In fact, I'm not even sure I saw them play with three defensive linemen.
right,
Um, but they did what they did do is they used four defensive tackles sometimes. So in other words, instead of two defensive tackles and two outside linebackers, there were some plays where they were like basically four defensive linemen. Um, no, not the three interior defensive linemen that I
right,
want with two edge rushers, but actually four like the old school Pittsburgh Steelers
right,
had L.C. Greenwood and Dwight White at defensive end and Mean Joe Green and Fats Holmes at defensive tackle. Well, they had four defensive linemen, like big guys, not these edge rusher guys, on a few plays, on quite a few plays. And I can live with that because that's also harder to run against because it's harder to run against 300-pound defensive ends
right,
than against
right,
250-pound edge rushers who are at the wide nine position.
right, right, right,
So
right.
that was a little bit of, and of course, that was mostly later in the game when it was the second, third, and fourth stringers in there. But still, it did show a little diversity.
Now this is something you brought up to me, and you said to me, "Vroom." I was like, what was that? And we were watching film on that. And matter of fact, actually, it was in your last episode, the last episode you did when Turbo when you have a nickname like Turbo,
you,
I
you know
honestly, I thought you were speeding up the film while we're watching it. I actually said he's doing it every time. He's just,
that
how does
young
he
man.
kick it into that next gear that quickly?
So at his pro day for the University of South Carolina, he ran a 4.2740, which would have been the fastest of any running back, and I think the second fastest overall behind, Xavier Worthy's new record 4.21, but 4.2740. So that's crazy, right? Like that's
That's
stupid fast.
insane.
But he did 28 bench reps. That's insane. There's a whole lot of offensive linemen who don't do 28
No, he
bench
did like
reps.
16 or something.
I mean, he, I 4.27 and 20. I did not look this up yet, but I bet that's a first. I mean, Bo Jackson did stuff like that, but they didn't have the electronic timing back
Right.
then. There's not a whole lot of guys with 28 bench reps and a sub 4.340 at their pro day. That's crazy. He
Not
is
even Saquon, like he didn't.
no Saquon ran a 4.4, which not that that's slow, but
Right.
that's a lot slower than 4.27. Anyway, I'm just saying he is not just fast. He's a strong, that's a load to bring down, especially at full speed. And he just makes guys look like they're standing still.
Have we ever had? I'm trying to think. I was thinking back. Have we had a back like that who had that type of speed? And
Oh man.
I can't, like Omar Bradshaw was more.
Yeah, we didn't 4.27. The last guy we had that could fly that I can remember was Rocky Thompson. And he was terrible, but he could fly.
Wow,
But
wow.
you know who he actually does remind me of? I take it back. You know who he reminds me of? Is David Wilson. Now, David Wilson only played 2 years before he got that neck injury, but that's who he puts me in the mind of. Somebody that you give him a seam, a little crease, he's gone.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
luck catching him from behind.
yeah.
Like, you think you got an angle on him? Uh-uh.
There's no angle. There's
Got an
no
angle on
angle
the
there.
extra point, bro.
Right, right, right.
You got an angle on the lineup for the extra point. You're
When
going,
I
what?
saw him, when I saw your, when I again, I went back and looked at your last episode you did. And people, if you haven't seen it, you got to go check out Clay's last episode when he talks about the first game. You definitely gotta watch that. When I looked at that one piece again on Turbo, and I watched it a couple of times, I kept rewinding and like, okay, what you said earlier in the during training camp, earlier during training camp, you had said about the depth in the offensive backfield.
Yes.
And right now, what we got, Tracy's one,
Singletary is listed as two.
right, and right now he's just listed at two, which I can see Scatterboo moving up into two.
Well, Scadaboo's hurt now, right? So
Right.
right now he isn't even able to be two. So I'm fine with him listed as three for now. But when the season starts, if he's healthy, get his share of snaps more so than Singletary.
Oh, I do. The point I was gonna make was I can see Singletary being put on the block, and all those trade things. It's like, wait a minute, that's not
How
going
many
through my
times have I
mind.
tried to trade it?
He may get traded,
And
and
Bellinger.
and our quarterback,
Well, and Jameis, of course. Jameis, of
Jameis
course.
too.
But I'm saying, and Daniel Bellinger, who we wasted his rookie years. We
Right,
wasted his rookie deal, right? He makes more money now than Thomas Fredone and Greg Dulcich, and I'm not sure he brings more to the table than Thomas Fredone and Greg Dulcich. So why pay him more money?
right.
Like that's how I feel about uh, Raheem Nunez Roches. That's how I feel about Devin Singletary. These are quality NFL players, but we have guys that are at least as good, that cost a lot less money, and are younger. Of course, we would go with them. Why wouldn't we?
Do we have to cut him? Can we just?
So, I mean, that's what I worry about is that we're just going to cut him and not get anything back for him. I mean, same thing, to be honest, with Tommy DeVito. I mean, Tommy DeVito almost certainly will be picked up by somebody if we cut him. Like, I just feel like he's shown enough in the NFL, and there's enough teams that don't have three quarterbacks that are any good that he would get picked up if we cut him. And that's why, listen, every time I say this anywhere, whether it's Twitter or Big Blue View or wherever other places I have these conversations, every time I say, well, let's just put three or four of them together and get something back, right? If we just cut them all and get nothing back, why is that better?
It's not. It's really not. And no, you got me. Before I was thinking like this guy. I was one of those. What is he thinking about? We
Right, why
can't
am
get
I
rid of these
cutting all
guys.
these people?
But now that I see, I mean, it was one game. We
Right.
finally got to see them play, and I'm thinking like, if they do this again, I mean, play solid like that again, I gotta think. Let's think about packaging them. Some quarterback went down. Like, there's a question now. Was it I think it's with the Rams. No, it's with the yeah, I think it's the Rams.
Yes, yeah. I
With
think Stafford missed
He's got he got a back
the
issue
back
now.
injury. He gets to
So
miss
that
some
tells me Jameis
games.
might go there.
And Will Levis is already out for the season. Rashawn Slater is out for the season, the left tackle for the Chargers. There's already a couple of people who have gone down. So who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks? You're right. So if we put all that together and get a center or get that third round pick that we don't have next year because we
Right.
traded Jackson Dart, I'm fine with that. That's much better to me than letting all those guys go, get nothing back for them, and then they all wind up in different places, making, three or four teams better
Right.
at one position at a time instead of one team significantly better at three positions,
Right.
maybe a little worse at one, right? Because
That
I
way.
throw KMS in there too if they're going to give us Eric McCoy in a heartbeat. I'll drive him to the airport myself. You drive him? I got you.
You're gonna get him on our roster no matter
You
what.
don't need an Uber. Just call me. I got you. I got you.
You're gonna get him on our roster. You're definitely gonna get
I
him on
Eric
our
McCoy
roster.
bad. But that said, as you said, a lot to talk about. Way more good than bad. Way more good than bad. And not just the fact that we won the game. Obviously, we won the game. That's always great. But a lot of those new faces really look good.
They did. They did. We're gonna quick before we sign off. I'm telling you, one thing you mentioned it too. I'm going by all these things you mentioned in previous episodes. You guys got to go back and watch it. The defensive backfield. I'm really concerned when I saw a couple of guys get behind our safeties, and our safeties are chasing these guys. When I forgot what play was it? Was it
Especially
before
with like 25 seconds left in the half.
right, right,
That's why I can't wait for the All 22 to come out. The All 22 isn't out yet. So the view I want from the end zone isn't available to me yet. But on a couple of those plays, I really want to see, well, where was the safety help that you thought you had? You must have thought you had safety help.
right.
Where was that safety help? Was that a breakdown in communication? Did the quarterback look him off, looking at a different, like, I don't know what happened, but that should never have happened.
Never. Yeah, we got want to definitely check that because unless I want to see what he bid on. Was there like somebody crossing in front of him that he didn't see? Someone else
Something,
running past him?
something happened. I want to share my screen for a quick second. I want to show you a couple of, if you don't mind,
Oh
couple
yeah.
of clips of some things. And shout out to Big Blue Banter because these are from their site and some
Big Blue
different
Panther.
angles of a couple of plays. So if you don't mind, this is Dart moving in the pocket, and I like the way he senses the pressure and look at that arm slot.
Yeah.
I like that. That to me is
Yeah.
something that we just haven't had in a minute, right? We haven't had, Daniel was athletic, he was mobile, but not like this. Like I didn't see this from Daniel Jones
He
very
did
often.
not move in the pocket like that. No.
And then change the arm slot. So I like
Right.
that a lot. This is the touchdown pass. I know we've all seen a touchdown pass, but look at this view. First of all, you whiffed, just whiffed, and got the man knocked down. But that makes me like that throw even more, right? I didn't see that the first time I saw the touchdown pass. I didn't see the pressure right up his chest,
Right in his chest.
you know?
And look at that throw.
That throw was beautiful.
You could not put it any better than that.
And that, if Abdul Carter had made that move, we'd be raving about it. This move right here. Gotta go. So let's give credit where it's due. That was a great move. But let's also say that our guard needs to do better than that. Here's Montrell's Jukes. He got a little Kadarius Toney in him on this play.
Oh.
Now I know that's not the most popular name around here, but watch this. Whoop whoop. And then that little hezzy that he put on Hamlin.
Can I see that again?
That was nasty. That reminded me of our flag football days.
Oh, it did right there.
Go.
I can't. They didn't even touch him.
Nothing. And he lost his balance and stepped out of bounds, or that might have been 6. Because this guy shook. Like he's laying on the ground now. He shook. Just lucky the guy fell down. So anyway, that was a great play. Now, Osiris Torrance is a massive human being and a solid guard. And Mr. Carter said, "Not today, you're not." And now he's being held. That was a hold.
Right. If he didn't hold him,
right.
Abdul had his helmet in his chest.
So he's at 4-eye, right? He's on the inside shoulder of the tackle when he lines up. But there's somebody out here. So the tackle has to watch the wide 9 guy. So this guard knows, hey, I got to block Mr. Carter by myself because the tackle's got to step out. You see the tackle had to pick up the edge rusher. And that little hezzy, and then there's the hold. Like this is a hold.
Oh,
I don't know why there's no flag, but this is a hold. But then watch this foot. This to me was the most impressive part of this because Abdul Carter is engaged with this man who's holding him, right? He's ripping underneath him and driving to the quarterback, and he almost gets tripped, and he just hops over that foot like it's nothing, and then just keeps coming at the quarterback.
That's a great insight. I didn't even see it at first.
That was crazy. Look
I
at
didn't even
this
see that.
faster. He's like, up. He just hopped over that foot like it wasn't there. How did he even see that foot, much less hop over it without losing balance, without losing speed? That was crazy. That was crazy. Now, here's one of the reps against Dion Dawkins, who is a very good left tackle, who, if I just remember correctly, just got extended and is making like buku money now. And bye.
Oh, man.
Again, the little hezzy and the cross step.
Oh, we're going to be loving this guy, man. And just think of him being in with Sexy Dexy would be in there right.
And Dexy pushing that pocket up here. And here he is. He's going to make you step in this bucket. And shout out again to Big Blue Banter for providing this footage. I mean, that's where I got it from. See where that left foot plants? As his left foot is planting, your right foot is already planted and you're cutting inside. This is like a wide receiver shaking a defensive back or a point guard crossing over on a defensive NBA. That was crazy. And fortunately for Trubisky, Dawkins was strong enough and quick enough to get back and push him just enough to push Carter past Trubisky so he could get away. But like now all this mess is going on, so you're going to take a hit anyway. And they called this roughing the passer. That drives me crazy because
I know. I was like, how is he supposed to the ball? He just let it go.
He just let the ball go. The ball is still in his hand now, and you are already delivering your blow. And what are you supposed to do? And they said, well, he lands on him. Well, where am I supposed to land?
Right.
Am I supposed to levitate and say, excuse me, sir, could you move out the way, please?
Right.
So I don't understand that. So that
I didn't understand it. I did not understand it. Like right there.
But that's football. That's what that is. That's football. And here's the second play. Again, he only had 3 pass rush reps, and he won all 3 of them. And here's the third one. Again, a little hezzy. And I mean, I just think, all right, enough about him. We know Carter's a beast. Let me move on to Bo.
Here's your boy.
Marcus Bo at left tackle. And like I said, I think if Andrew Thomas is not ready for week 1 or at any point in the season isn't ready, I would put this young man at left tackle. This is him at left tackle. And in pass protection, I love this. I mean, he has just got the man at a standstill. I mean, he's like,
man, that was nice.
he took your heart. Like, you didn't even try to get past it, right? That wasn't the first play on that drive, right? So I guess he had already said, well, I can't beat this man. So why am I wasting my time? Here's another snap. Again, this is a left tackle.
Man, look at him. Stand
like
still.
He just, takes you out of the play. Now, does he do that every single play? Of course not. But for a rookie, again, in his first NFL reps, I was impressed.
Oh, man.
Here he is again, just like you are not getting near my quarterback. So, yeah, I mean, I just feel like there was enough there to be happy about on a lot of levels, right? A lot of the new faces really got my eye and makes me excited about this week. We played the Jets this week. Always want to beat our, little brothers, our roommates.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, these guys, and this was our 3 best players, in my opinion, are Dexter Lawrence, Malik Neighbors, Andrew Thomas. None of them saw the field at all. So if we look this good, I mean, there's other people who didn't see the field also, right? Darius Slayton didn't play. Jalen Hyatt didn't play. I mean, there's a handful of people who didn't play. But those are our 3 best players.
Right. They didn't even.
And they didn't even, I don't know if they suited up or not, but they weren't on the field.
No, they didn't.
Cam Scatterbo didn't play. Like, there's a lot of other pieces that we still haven't even seen yet. And we scored 34. What?
I know.
That's 2 games for us.
It might be 3 games.
That's 2 or 3 games for us. So I was very pleased. I was very pleased. But that's me. What did y'all think? Let us know, what you think about what we said and about what you saw. Like you said,
right there in the comments. Put that right there in the comments. I definitely want to hear what people are thinking about. Are you as excited as we are? Because this ain't no game. We for real excited about this.
I'm excited.
For real.
I got us 2-0. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. And like I said, I don't want to jinx anything. Who knows who's going to get hurt on either team. But if everybody's healthy on Washington and Dallas and everybody's healthy on the Giants, I got us down for 2-0.
Hey. I'm there. I'm there. I was there earlier.
Yes, you are. You're right.
I'm definitely there.
You brought me along.
Definitely there. All right, y'all.
So that's what we think. Let us know what you think. Clay from Brooklyn, Football with the Fellas. And who am I here with?
Jermaine Mazo. And remember, always remember, no matter if it's the preseason, regular season, or right now, 1-0 win preseason, it's all about Big Blue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Until next time, y'all. Peace. Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.